So, picture this. It's 225 million years ago. Dinosaurs are stomping around, volcanoes are basically doing yoga stretches, and the world smells like farts and wet rocks. This is the first mammal on Earth. And no, it didn't ride a unicycle or invent jazz or anything, but without this little furball, you wouldn't exist. Today, we're diving into the tale of the OG fluffster, the Adam Sandler of mammals, the legendary Morgie. Okay, its real name was Morganucodon, but we're calling him Morgie. Let's go back in time to meet our ancient bug-eyed ancestor, the first mammal Earth ever knew. Morgie didn't live in your backyard, unless your backyard is a steaming, tropical swamp filled with monster lizards the size of trucks. This was the Triassic period. Basically, Earth's angsty teenage phase. The continents were smushed into one supercontinent called Pangaea, and dinosaurs were just starting to become the cool kids at school. And what was our boy Morgie doing? He was sneaking, hiding, and trying really hard not to die. Morgie was about 4 inches long. That's smaller than your phone. He had a long tail, big eyes, and teeth that screamed,
"I eat bugs, and I'm proud of it."
Think, if a shrew and a possum had a baby that owed you money. Okay, science time. What even is a mammal? Well, mammals have fur or hair, 3 middle ear bones. They make milk for their babies, and they usually don't lay eggs. Usually. Looking at you, platypus. Morgie was one of the very first creatures with these mammal traits. He had fur to stay warm, a better brain than most of his scaly neighbors, and he probably even had a little snoot to sniff around for worms at night. So yes, Morgie was basically the love child of an opossum and a biology textbook. Here's the deal. Morgie was tiny. Everything else was not. Dinosaurs were getting swole, and reptiles ran the place. So how did Morgie survive? 2 words. Night shift. That's right. He was nocturnal. While big dinos were snoring, Morgie was scurrying around, eating insects, dodging death, and trying to get a girlfriend. He lived in burrows. Probably had a roommate. Rent was high. And because he was small and warm-blooded, he could move fast and think faster than cold-blooded reptiles. Basically, Morgie was the underdog in a world full of T-Rexes. And he survived with nothing but vibes, fur, and a good work ethic. You know what's wild? Morgie is your 200 million greats-grandpa. Okay, not directly. But he's part of the branch that led to all modern mammals. From lions and whales to you binge-watching this video in your pajamas. He belongs to a group called the mammalia forms, basically mammals before it was cool. And while other early animals went extinct, Morgie's descendants thrived. They evolved, diversified, and learned how to make coffee, taxes, and TikToks. So every time you eat cheese, pet a dog, or scream when you see a cockroach, just remember, Morgie walked so you could run. Or more realistically, scroll. Now let's talk about the real flex. Morgie lived in a time before mammals were mainstream. He was warm-blooded in a cold-blooded world. That's like wearing a hoodie in July and somehow pulling it off. Even though his world was ending constantly, asteroids, lava, awkward evolutionary phases, his species and its cousins kept adapting. They stayed small and quiet while dinosaurs hogged the spotlight. But when the dinos got wiped out 66 million years ago, guess who stepped up? Yup, the mammals, the descendants of Morgie. It was finally our time to shine, like the ultimate underdog movie. So next time someone says, rats are gross, tell them, actually, rodents are the unsung heroes of evolution, and without them, you'd still be a weird lizard eating flies on a rock. Because Morgie wasn't just some primitive fuzzball. He was a survivor, a pioneer, a tiny toothy trailblazer. So here's to Morgie, the first mammal, the OG fur dad. If he were alive today, he'd be humble.
Okay.
He wouldn't ask for a statue. But you better believe he'd want a Netflix documentary and a TikTok filter. And next time you see a little shrew running around your garden, salute him. Because that might just be Morgie's great-great-great gazillion nephew.
Thanks for watching The Cactus Couch. If you enjoyed this journey into the prehistoric fluffverse, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on the next video. And until next time, stay warm-blooded and wildly curious.